All right, Eddie G here from GS7 Fit. Before we get started, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. That's gonna help me out. I'm a small YouTube channel trying to get a little bit bigger and trying to help people out. So I am a certified strength and conditioning coach. So this is a quick rundown today, maybe a 5-minute video, just to run down if you're working with boxers or any athletes, kind of what do you want to do with them, right? And so if you look up here, it says boxing strength and conditioning. So sometimes you may only have one appointment or 2 appointments with your athletes. So you as a strength and conditioning coach want to make sure they're getting stronger, but also give them things that are going to help them get in better shape. So first and foremost, up here you see a hinge and then plus a broad jump. So a hinge, think about your deadlift, right? You're hinging your hips back and your back's in that position. So like you're thinking about your deadlift there and then picking up. You're trying to do hinge and you're trying to do somewhere around, let's say 5 reps, right? And then you put that weight down, almost like a contrast set. You know, weight that's gonna be fairly challenging. And then you're gonna do 3 broad jumps. So broad jump, the same thing, you get in that hinge position and you jump as far as you can. If your athletes are jumping 8 feet or more, real good athletes. If they're a little younger, they're jumping 6 feet to 7 feet, they're getting there. So that's one thing you wanna do to start off. You wanna do a contrast set. Again, a good hinge, you know, could be your deadlift, could be Romanian deadlift, something that's gonna hinge them. And then also a broad jump. The broad jump is the explosive aspect, and the hinge is the strength aspect. Because you want to be this. In this case, is boxing. Boxing is very explosive. You know, when you throw a punch is coming back. You can be able to move quickly. So we want them to think about moving. It's got to be real quick. It's almost like a reaction. You're not thinking. You're just reacting to a punch, moving, hitting back, and whatnot. You're moving and you're kind of slipping, and you want to do exercises around that, right? You want to do exercises to complete your athletes. Next, we have a carry. So farmer walk. You can use a trap bar deadlift. You can do your farmer walks like this. You can do unilateral where you have one on one side and have them put the arm up here. You want to make sure they're kind of walking almost real stiff like a robot. You want the core to be upright when you're doing a walk. Have that core really upright there. And then you're walking almost like a robot. Your heels striking first, your heels are striking first. You're walking, because if you're doing like a unilateral carry, and you say you have the weight in your right hand and it's kind of bringing you there and you're walking like this, no. You want to make sure you're straightened up because it's an anti-rotation exercise. First of all, your body wants to flex. It wants to flex the trunk, right? Or wants to rotate towards that way. So naturally, you're doing an anti-rotation. So instead of your body doing that, you're holding it up. So your left side is getting a lot of work as you're holding the weight in your right hand. And if you're holding the weight in your left hand, the right side's getting a lot of work. So, you know, you can walk 30 seconds one way, put the weight down, get your grip, and then change the bar or change hands and then walk the other 30. And then take a 90-second break in between. You don't want to rest too much because you want to be working out like a cadence, like a rhythm. So that'd be your carry. You can do it both hands at once. You could do unilateral, some type of carry that's gonna challenge your athletes. After that, ladder push-ups. So think about the plyometric ladder where people are putting their feet in and out. That same thing, but you do a push-up and then you go to the next square and you go to the next square. And then once you're all the way down the ladder, you can go the other way or you can rest. It depends. If you see you're fatiguing, then don't let them keep doing it, because what's gonna happen, if they fatigue, they're gonna get injured. The number one job that I have as a strength coach is to not get you injured. Make sure you're not injured. So you gotta make sure you can do your knuckle push-ups, you can do your regular push-ups, but you're going down the ladder. Again, you're going in each square till you hit the end of the ladder, then the other guy could go, and you can wait about 30 seconds and then the next guy goes. If you're working, today we're working three boxers. So they're gonna have to wait a little bit. And so you can either go all the way down, all the way back, or they can wait. So it depends on you. Those are the ladder push-ups. After that, med ball chest pass, which is an explosive move. You get a med ball, come in here, you get a little bit of a squat down, and when you throw like this. So you have the med ball here, and you pass it to each other. But again, when you're here, it's almost like you're gonna jump up and you're throwing at one time. What does this teach in your boxers? What does this teach in your athletes? That you have to do synchronized movements. You got to work multiple muscles at once, right? Because in boxing, you don't just, this is the only jab, you got to slip, jab, bob, weave. You have to have footwork. You gotta go side to side. So your muscles and your core muscles have to work together. They're not gonna just work in isolation. So you wanna include exercises that are gonna work things together, like that med ball chest pass, which is gonna be an explosive move, you know, where they're popping that up. Well, hopefully my mic doesn't come off. All right, so those are the type of moves you wanna do. Med ball chest pass. And again, this was their push day. They're not doing much pulling. So a lot of it's pushing, and then tomorrow they will do pulling or weight a day, and then do your pull exercises. So you'll see some pushes here, like the push-ups, med ball chest pass, and then push press. Really good for athletes, right? So you have your regular shoulder press, where you're just kind of lifting up like this. We think about getting in a good position here, almost like a little mini squat, like an eighth of a squat there, and then you thrust up, throwing those dumbbells up. And from the side, it will look here, and you can come up to your toes, right here, and just throwing that weight up. Just really throwing that weight up, going up to your toes. You don't want to use a weight that's too light. You don't want to use a weight that's too heavy. You want to do anywhere from 8 to 10 repetitions on that one. And so, but you want to do it controlled, in a controlled fashion. You want to do a mini squat. It's not a full thruster, just a little press. Again, it's a push press. You're pushing into the ground, just like when you're boxing. You're pushing into the ground a little bit, you're pushing a little bit, and then boom, you're gonna go. So it's teaching them to push a little bit and then throw. Push, go, right? Push, go, push, go, right? So the same principle, pushing a little bit into the ground and then going. So again, you're using them how to, you're teaching your athletes how to use 2 muscles, 3 muscles, 4 muscle groups at once. So here, coming up to the tiptoes, you're using 2, 3, 4 muscles, the shoulders, the core, the calves, the knees, the hips, they're extending. When you're boxing 2, you're using 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 muscles. And most of all, using that big muscle, that brain, and using your heart. So you're getting all these muscles involved at once. You're not just doing isolation movements. We're not bodybuilders. We gotta do explosive movements. We gotta do movements that are gonna get us best bang for the buck. All right, and then boxing conditioning. So you can do, if you have 3 boxers, you can have one guy shadow boxing, right? Shadow boxing for 2 minutes, or you can set 3 minutes, whatever you want to set, a minute and then the switch, however you want to do it. I like to do 2 minutes and then have them switch. So you can have one guy shadow boxing. You can have another guy in the slip bag, hitting the bag, moving side to side, you know, hitting side to side. You can have him on the stick, and then you have another guy in the heavy bag. And if you like the number system, like I like to do the number system, the old school custom model system, which the numbers are a little different from the traditional system. Even if I'm doing traditional, I could just say 1, 2, you know, bob and weave. So 1, 2, bob and weave that are on the heavy bag. I like to call out the number or tell them what they're gonna do beforehand. If they're doing the custom model system, the 6 is down here. Bend a little bit, the 6 is that right to the body, and then the hook just comes up, boom, and then they move to the left. So right here where they come down, boom, and then they come up to the left. They do that for 2 minutes, but they want to be proficient. You want to make sure the chin's down. You don't want to see no air or no light through that chin. Here you can see right through it, right? Here you want to kind of get like a little ball, and then you would, you're kind of bobbing and weaving, you're in here, boom, you're moving, and you want your boxers to take on the boxing aspect. So that'll be boxing conditioning. You want to have them do something, and then also we can do mitt work. Later on we can do sparring, but today we didn't do none of that. So I'm just kind of giving you a rundown what we did today. Right, so that'd be your boxing conditioning, your aspect. This could take up anywhere from about 20 minutes of the workout, and then you're gonna finish with core. So today we did a crunch, again 60-second crunch, and then mountain climbers for 30 seconds, leg ups for 30 seconds, accordion crunches, so like you're laying down on your side and you're kind of crunching to the side and your legs are coming up kind of like an accordion, great for the obliques. And you do 30 seconds each side. And then you do Supermans where you're like here and you're doing that on the ground, right? You're laying down, you're bringing your feet up and your hands up, kind of like a Superman. And you hold for a couple seconds, bring it back down, and you do 60 seconds. And this is a workout that we get done in about 1 hour, 60 minutes, 55 minutes, 65 minutes, sometimes it goes a little over. But so I just wanted to give you an introduction here to like a boxing strength and conditioning, what you want your athletes to do, and how many days a week. I only have, like the boxers I work with today, we work out twice a week. So we're doing a lot of pushes on one day, and the other day we do pulls. So on another day, instead of ladder push-ups, we might do pull-ups, right? We might do lat pull downs, barbell rows, something where we're rowing and we're pulling towards us. And so instead of a hinge, we might do a squat. and to replace with a hit. And then instead of broad jumps, we do a squat and then with a jump, a vertical jump. This is a broad jump trying to go more horizontal. So we mix it up like that. So hopefully you like this video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the little bell too so you get all the notifications. Again, Eddie G, GF7 Fit. Thank you very much for watching the video. And I'm gonna keep, I like these are called, I guess, the board videos where I write something on the board and I kind of explain it. A lot of people like these videos and they say that they learn. It's like a coaching, a one-on-one coaching. So it's a quick 10-minute video here. And so thank you very much for watching and have a good one.